And without further ado, let's get this series underway as we have spawning in the bottom right corner. Give it up for ZEST. And his opponent up here in the top. A little bit of a cheeky start to things. He is Dark. And I mean, this is certainly the map to be a little bit cheeky on, as ZEST has shown that he likes Stargate play on this map. Now, while that might not seem like the biggest of things, Stargate play is very slow to kind of build up, to kind of hit that critical mass. Once it hits that critical mass, though, on this macro map, it becomes a little bit untenable, unstoppable for the Zerg player unless you play it very, very well. But yeah, there we go. Dark just dropping down the hatchery on 17. He's got the Lings already on the way. So I think right now ZEST just needs to decide how to defend this. It looks like Forge is going to be the choice here. I don't know if that's going to be the best choice. That's still going to take a while to kind of build up, and the Lings are already on the way. Oh my goodness. I have to be very careful as well with this Zealot, because that is the only fighting unit you have right now. So all the probes having to be pulled. Trying to get on top of the Zealot as well. Some good micro from here. Not going to lose any of the Lings yet. The big question is, does this hatchery finish here? With the fact that Dark is just forcing him to not engage onto it, I think it will, with at least half health. And now the probes going to get surrounded by Dark. Two of them will go down. A few more might follow. One Zealot does die, but the second one is already there. Oh my goodness. What a start to this series. As we have the Adept going to be coming in as well. That Zealot doing what he can. The Photon Cannon will shoo away as much as possible. And now Dark, he's not really losing a lot of that forward momentum yet. But ZEST is starting to be able to hold this. Although the Adept does get caught, he will have to shade away. Oh no, the Zealot taking a lot of pokes here, but still able to survive. ZEST is getting very lucky with these units. But unfortunately, that luck is starting to run out as the Zealots do fall. Only one Adept left. And Dark is going to break down that Photon Cannon. It's only a matter of seconds. 12 more Lings. I mean, Dark is completely all in with this. If ZEST can hold on just a little bit longer, it looks like the probes getting caught there, not attacking, so the Adept will fall. Oh my goodness. Like, things started out so good with ZEST, but unfortunately, I think he's just slowly going to get overwhelmed here now as he loses the last of these units. GG is called. Down here in the bottom left corner of Blackburn, he is ZEST, the best. And his opponent over here in the bottom right, there is no spawning pool this time. He is Dark. No Lark. I had to get something that rhymed. Oh. Dark, you absolute madman. So now ZEST has a couple of options here, and it looks like he's going to decide on a little bit of a safer one. He wants to get that wall complete to stop any sort of Lings from coming across. So he's just going to finish that off. And once he gets the Zealot out, he's going to have to pull at least a couple of those probes if he's going to hope to kill this off in time, but just based off these orders, I doubt Dark is going to let this finish. Yeah, and I mean, ZEST does confirm right there that indeed that the hatchery is down on the other side of the map, so he's going to pull a couple of probes just to force the cancel a little bit quicker. Yeah, ZEST has seen everything that he needs to see. It looks like Dark does let it finish. I don't know if that's going to be the best move here. But bear in mind, this is still good for Dark, because this is preventing ZEST from taking his natural base. I don't think ZEST wants to do kind of what you see a lot from Zerg players, because it's so hard to defend a Nexus on the third base when you don't have your natural set up. But now these Adepts, they're not really going to find a lot of resistance here. The Queens are not in position, as they're not even born yet. And, yeah, the Lings, though, they're still kind of popping out little by little. Not really that many of them either, so we kind of see these Adepts having their way with them. I think Dark might be feeling a little bit of the sting here, as ZEST is going to be equal on bases as his own Nexus has gone up. And now we're kind of in this situation where ZEST can power up. He can kind of build up that economy safely. But Dark is stuck in keeping a big defensive force here. So that's why his drone count is so bad. Like, if you drone up heavily, ZEST can just come across with double gateway and kill you. Lings are not that good, especially without speed, which they will get in about 3 seconds. Roach is on the way, so Dark is not going to even care about a macro game, though, as we have 5 on the way. He's just looking to kill ZEST, but I'm worried that ZEST might be hitting critical mass here for the defense relatively soon. We do see those Adepts going to be coming out, keeping the Lings away from his base. I did see another Shade out, but it looks like he did cancel that. I'm just going to keep these Adepts at home for right now. And that might be a little bit of a problem, as while the Oracle is going to come across, it's not really going to see a whole lot. Now the Adepts have Shade out, but their heart is going to sink a little bit here as they do get surrounded. That Shade will not finish for a couple of them. In fact, losing all of them. Oh no, ZEST might be in a world of trouble here. Ravager getting caught out. It will die, but there's not that much energy left on that Oracle. All the force field is gone. The probes are pulled, but not before the Stalker goes down. And losing all these probes, I don't know. I think Dark might just have a little bit too much. Yeah, especially with the reinforcements coming in. Those shield batteries are going to hold on for a time, but they are quickly running out of energy here with how much damage is being output. Without any additional gateways, without really any supporting units. 8 workers going down. That is, I mean, not really too much else you can say about this point. There you have it. GG is called. He represents the Dragons, the Phoenix, and the gamers everywhere. Give it up for our red Protoss player. He needs your energy. He is ZEST. And his opponent down here, he has been a cheeky boy. Let's see if he wants to close things out in the same manner in the blue trunks. He is Dragon Phoenix Gamers Dark. So far, the answer is no. I think this is kind of the best thing that you can do after cheesing your opponent twice. It's just to play that straight up macro game where your opponent, he might start to prep for cheese. He might just start to be ready just in case. But at the end of the day, if you play a straight up macro game, your opponent's not going to really be able to stop it as well. Now, Dark did pull off of his workers to get that additional gas. A lot of players will say that you do just wait for the workers to pop. You don't pull off from here. So, the fact that he wants a little bit of additional gas, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Back at home, ZEST does have his Nexus down at a good time at this time. And Dark is expanding very, very heavily here. So we might have a normal game. Who knows? You know, it's kind of funny because sometimes you see those series where you have two very quick games. Then you have like the third game on a map, and that just goes on for like 20 to 30 minutes, so it's longer than the entire series put together. Don't know if that's what we'll see here. I have not watched these replays. But, yeah. ZEST is going to be going for Stargate. Now, ZEST has revolutionized the Stargate in the recent months. Obviously, his Void Ray play, stuff of legends. So, we'll have to see if he's going to kind of stick to his old tricks on that one, because that would allow him a lot of map presence, a lot of control once that late game starts to come about. But if Dark sees this, if Dark sees Stargate, then he's going to know, hey, I've got all this time to power up, and I might just kill the opponent before he's even ready to go. There you have it. Dark does see the gateway, or the Stargate, rather. And so the clock starts ticking. He's gonna add on the Oracle behind this. I like that. I like that. We'll get rid of the Overlord, which will supply Dark for quite a long time, actually, as he didn't have any queued up. So that's actually pretty nice. That's gonna slow down Dark if he was looking to get that kind of explosion of drones. But we do see a lot of queens being added on. He's currently up to 4 right now, with some additional coming in. So just keeping an eye on everything right now. The Lings as well, just going to get a confirmation on that third base. And there you have it. Second Stargate comes down. Now, one thing he has done recently is kind of skip the additional Void Rays early on, just drop the Fleet Beacon like he is right now, and go straight up to double carrier. And just try and kill your opponent with that. Kind of the same problem as the Void Ray opening. You lose those 2 carriers, you're pretty much dead. And they do take a long time to build. So if Dark decides to go for like a really big aggressive attack, you're not really going to have a lot to hold on to, especially if you can add in the queens. So, yeah, ZEST is going to have to play this very, very defensive for right now. Like, there's just no way you move across the map with anything right now. Hydralisk Den is done. 3 more queens for a grand total of 8. Carriers will be finishing soon. He's not chrono boosting them out, which does kind of keep things slow. I think I would like to see him kind of chrono... Okay, there we go. He does chrono them out now. Because, yeah, that's very important here, as I think... I think Dark is kind of ready to go. He's got the Nidus Worm coming on in. He's got the Lynx in position, so that's going to be a very quick reinforcement point for him. And, you know, you drop a couple of Nidus Worms. You get one down here. You get one over here. And you can just jump between them since that air army is very not mobile. So here we go, the carriers moving their way in. The Nidus Worm will not be seen. Oh, that Oracle is just a couple pixels away. The Queens and the Hydra is going to be in position. And the Interceptors will start to go down, and that's going to get rid of a lot of utility from these carriers. Almost all of the Interceptors are dead. And now here we go, Dark up 30 supply, 71 to 39 army. There are 3 carriers, but 2 of them are not going to be in this fight for a very long time. And so Dark just going to slowly inch his way forward here, bring that Nidus Worm quicker and quicker. And the siege has begun. Oh no, those carriers could have been sniped there. Now they're going to join in the fight. They're just out of range of that shield battery overcharge, which has been popped. Not that many left. The last interceptor has fallen, so those carriers are pretty much dead weight in the sky. The photon cannons, though, holding the fort for as long as humanly possible. Looks like ZEST is going to focus, or Dark rather, is going to focus his efforts on the 3rd base. As the Spore Crawler is even coming on in. This is just such a hard position for ZEST, and while I really like this strategy as it's pretty unique, versus a Zerg player, it's just so open to these kind of attacks. Like, even if he does defend this, he's gonna take a lot of damage. You can see right here the Adepts looking for the breakout. The Void Rays joining in the fight as well. A huge concave down on it. These Hydras are going to fight everything. A huge stasis trap, though. Going to take a lot of wind out of Dark's sails, but ZEST is below 100 supply. And now you can just focus fire down these carriers, which are dead. Wait, the Adepts are dead. The overcharge is going to be the saving grace here, but as that stasis trap starts to dissipate, I don't think ZEST has done enough to clear out this army. Yeah, even just warping in the slow Zealots because he doesn't really have the potential to drop anything else. With a very quick 3-0, Dark has taken the ESL EU or KR Cup. GG.